Well, now it'll work. Okay. I still don't know why my mic randomly decides that it should just, like, you know, fail to work for whatever reason. But anyway, welcome back. It's been a while. Mostly because I went on vacation and there's a number of things I'm trying to work on right now. But a ton changed and I'm currently prototyping. How many new things? No, I don't know. I think just 2, technically. There's a big writing project, which I might get into, but that's at least gonna be more private for now while I try to work more stuff out. But anyway, so I went on vacation and I came back and I kind of just went on a sprint of forming new project ideas. So one of those is this, and this is Excalibur opened in, Obsidian. Yes, I can remember the name totally. But before we get into that, I have one thing I want to quickly show off. So I have to pull it up here first. If my internet will stop being so slow. There we go. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so close friend, Wea Willows on Tumblr, is starting this. And yes, Wea, I'm advertising for you on a stream where there is only one viewer. Unless there are others that it's just not showing me, which has done that before. Yes, I'm giving you free advertising. It might not do anything, but still. Anyway, this is fan art, or not fan art, concept art for Renewed, which is a animated series that she's trying to make right now. So if anyone encounters this, please give her a follow. Please go check that out. I'm so excited for this. I'm also kind of biased because I've gotten to see a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, but she's also being very secret. It's the secret. There's a secretiveness to it, which I appreciate. Which is normally how I operate writing stuff too, so I have no room to talk. But anyway, go check it out. It's amazing. I even made a fan page for her. So go follow the unofficial Renewed fan page. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. We have a total of 1 post on Tumblr. By the way, I am on Tumblr. I don't talk about that much, but I'm on Tumblr. Don't follow me on Tumblr, please. Please. I need to be left alone on that. Okay, so we'll get back to this part in a second. This is for later. Anyway, so this is Journal Lore, which is a desktop app or a native app I'm trying to make, written with Tari and Svelte, and it is an app that is solely based around kind of like a combination of project management and a motivational to-do app. Like, if you've ever had the Finch app, which I am a big user of Finch right now, it's inspiration from that in the sense that it's trying to motivate you to do tasks, but it's different in that whereas Finch is just trying to give you a to-do list that you can check off and get XP for, Journal Lore is based around projects. So you start a project, you give it details, you give set goals and tasks that need to be completed to get to those goals, and you get XP whenever you complete a task, and you get a big reward whenever you complete a project. So it's basically for creators, or really anyone, because it's very loose. I mean, a project could be anything. It could be a paper you have to write, and you're trying to take down tasks of, like, what parts you need to do or what you need to research and stuff like that. Pick away stuff like that. So it's flexible. It's however you like. But it's Finch's style condensed into a project-based interface. But it's going to be fully native. As of right now, I'm only developing it for desktop devices. I plan to release a mobile version, but it'll be a little bit hard, because the thing about the app is, for one thing, I want it to be open source. Just completely open, free to change it, build around it, however you need. But the second thing is, I also want to use Obsidian's file over app approach, kind of, not really, but basically I don't want any data to leave the app. I want all the data to stay on the client, so you never feel like your projects are getting used for data elsewhere. It's staying on your machine and you don't have to worry about it. Simple as that. The main drawbacks to this, are, for one thing, without cloud backups, and let me turn down my music a bit actually so I can focus more. I've never actually heard this one. Actually, there's a lot of these I haven't heard. Chill Hot Bats a lot. But anyway. So, with a number of these, I don't really... The main issue I have is I want to use the open source local to your machine approach, but if I start getting into mobile app forks, it becomes a setup of, do I want to share data between that? Because Obsidian doesn't do that. You can get Obsidian Sync to sync your data, which I suppose I could do here, but I'd have to charge for it. I don't know. Basically, there's a lot up in the air, and for now, the scope is just desktop. Just desktop. The nice thing is that, and keep in mind, I'm trying, because this is written in Tari, this is like going to be the tiniest app to run. So that's why I want to just focus on making it local data, open source, desktop first, because for one thing, even like a Raspberry Pi could probably run this. I want this app to be as minimal as possible. So that's what I hope to do. If I get into a mobile app, it'll be like, do I want people to be able to sync their projects between them? Ideally, yes, and then maybe we'd have an account system, but we'll see. For now, it is staying desktop. I think what I do is probably just an account system. Paying for being able to sync it, I'm not a huge fan of that. I understand why Obsidian does it, but I don't really want to do that with this project. So instead, I'll just keep it local. And for now, maybe accounts further down the line. Now, the store is another question, because there's a couple ways I could execute on this. The first thing is that if I use an account system, logically, the store would be connected to the account specifically, or at least probably, because then all the data of like which items do you own and which ones you need to purchase could be stored on a database elsewhere. But if we don't do any accounts, at least for the first part, and have the store local, this is where things get interesting. Now, technically, if someone knew what they were doing and the entire store was local, you could just, give yourself all the items. Technically, you could do that. But in the world of open source, that can happen in any way. So, it's kind of a hard... it's kind of a hard thing. But I'm not really too worried about that part. The main thing I'm worried about is, do I want to sync it on the account? Probably. So sync-wise, I think what I do is everything would be local. The store would in fact be local. But if you connect it to an account, then the account memorizes the data. So like I could have a file that keeps track of what items you own, and all those files are synced on the back end. So when you're signed into your account, it syncs all those together. So we could have a store memory system, and a task memory system, project memory, all that stuff. Just progress for all that. And decorations. Yes, these are all decorations. That's the next part. What is the shop for? Decorations. You get these decorations and you decorate your journal. And this is motivation to like, oh, well, I want to decorate my journal and the desk around it. I want to make it look nice. I want to change the way it looks. So I need to complete more tasks and complete more steps and be more efficient. And I get to retreat. You see where I'm going with this? It's very similar to the Finch style if you've ever used, I guess either one works really. Finch. So very similar to that. But yeah. I'm very curious because it is... I've never worked with native apps before. This actually needs to be adjusted slightly. I've never actually worked with native apps myself, So it is a little bit of a new territory for me. That's not to say it's a bad thing. Sync wise, I think that would be the issue. Logically, I think most places would be like, oh, we'll just make them connect an account. Then they have access to all this, and then that's automatically synced on a database on the server and stuff like that. Well, I don't want because that's the thing. I don't want, because if I get into the store being on a database, that we get into the XP. Well, the XP doesn't really have to. Ideally, you only make an account if you want the data to be synced. Because that's my concept, is I don't want you to be sharing data outside your computer unless you want it to. So I don't want accounts to be required. And the only reason you'd make an account, or should make an account in this case, is if you want to sync the data elsewhere. And it also means that you can take backups, and like if you were to lose your data, you get it back. Similar stuff to that. That is the incentive to make an account. Now, that means that you, for one thing, aren't required to make an account, so you don't have to worry about sharing your data too much elsewhere. But it also creates a dynamic of, I don't even want to make money from syncing this app. Now, money is a question I did consider as well. Do I want to make money off this? No, I don't. I don't. I really don't. At the very least, if I were to do anything that would, like, support development, because the thing is I have a lot of ideas for this and I want to work on this a lot. The problem is that it will take enough effort that it's like, do I want to just be like, okay, here's a coffee link if you feel like supporting me? But like, I think further down the line, creating a better setup of that would be better. For now, money is not an issue. Money is not something I want to be collecting from this easily. The one thing I might do is make exclusive items that you can get from like a paid subscription or donation thing or something like that. I don't know. Again, that will be further down the line. For now, I want to make this as local as possible. That's what I'm thinking, at least. So, anyway, that's the main thing I'm working on right now. This is the project that I'm giving a lot of my attention right now. I'm still paying attention to character sheets. I've got some suggestions for a new update, specifically to have custom sheet, stuff like that I will definitely get to. But in addition to this, we also have a docs site. That's over here. So, there's nothing here yet, if you can't tell. There's nothing here yet. But what I want to do is make this my central documentation page. Now, if I had a project that grew big enough that it makes sense to give it its own website or project page or something like that, then I'll do it. But for now, at least, we're going to make the documentation page here. We're gonna all documentation for any project goes here, and you can read about it here in this really nice smooth website, which has light mode if you hate yourself enough. But we're switching to dark mode. Dark mode is auto. Dark mode is better. But anyway, so the documentation is the big deal. This is just Starlight running the Capuchin theme. Nothing else. I'm definitely going to change this up. I'm probably going to do some basic edits to this and then go back to working on Journal Lore real quick. Because this is actually deployed. This is a deployed site. I just want to fix up some stuff here. But yeah, those are the main projects we're working on. The documentation site will just kind of grow, of course, as projects expand. And I do want to finish writing a blog post to start talking about Journal Lore on my website. I will do that. I'll probably release that later down the line. I want to feel like this project is in a state where I can, like, okay, I'm definitely going to release this. I definitely won't take too much time on this, So Let's start. Let's launch code again, because I need to go to my website. It's over here under assets. Copy. Under assets. Not sure why I did it like that, but anyway. Delete. Assets. Okay. Why is it PNG? Then we'll run that. Okay. Now we have the local version. Hey, Issa. So I made personal documentation because I got bored. Not really bored, but it makes sense. I'm not sure if that logo fits here, but it's good. It's good. But I'm trying to make a central documentation hub right now. Yeah. It's just Capuchin Starlight, which I could have made my own like custom setup, but like I like Starlight a little too much. It's very plug and play. I like how it looks, stuff like that. There's some great themes for it too. Like there's an Next.js theme, I know. But let me see. Let's see. Stream latency feels a lot better today. It's probably because there's a lot less internet usage going on in my house right now. So that's probably why. But I've got the same Ethernet cord and everything, so. Okay. Update content, new content. Yeah. I could link these. Technically, I could. Technically, I could make these links that you can use. With like character sheets. Or like Trelor. Character sheets. I don't know if there's... Well, there's super novel, what am I saying? PHP has... I have never really understood why some people like PHP so much. Solely for the fact that so much of the layout of the language, if that makes any sense, doesn't make sense to me. Like, a lot of, like, array utility commands are, like, top level. It's not, like, array dot this. It's, like, array from or array for, whatever the titles are. It's... So much of the language is so quirky. With the dogs. I think that's all that we have. Oh, that's nasty. Oh yeah, the icons. There's actually icons I could refer to here. Character sheets, we use pen. Super novel. What are you touching PHP for is my question. Why would you ever have to do that to yourself? Setting notebook. Do open book. And then for general. Oh yeah. Dang, really all my projects are so writing based that dang, they need they need something writing based. Okay. Um pen, pencil. Pterodactyl fork? Oh, is it the are you is it pyrodactyl or which fork of pterodactyl is it? Considering how many server hosts I've seen that have rewritten or written their own custom server panel, I I really feel like there should be an open source alternative at this point. Like even Shockbyte, which has like some of the cheapest hosting you can find, has their own custom panel. I think it's written with Nuxt. I want to say it's Nuxt. But like I don't see that many projects to actually like write something outside of PHP with that, which is slightly annoying to say the least. Maybe add document would actually look good here. Do this here. Character sheets. Links is the backend instead. Let me go see. I actually didn't notice if the actually didn't know the Modrant panel is. So never mind. Apps. I thought Labyrinth was their front end. Oh no, Labyrinth is their back end. SRC. Let me go see. Servers. Yeah, I mean, it at least looks like server loader label. At least looks like they've got some of that stuff on here. That's all the components, though. Let me see. That's server. It's apps for that. Yeah, servers. Here we go. Yeah, no, they've got it totally here. I imagine. I don't know what their backend is probably custom. I don't know their backend now, how it works exactly. But that is one thing too this reminded me of. I randomly pulled up the Montrent website on my phone, and I didn't realize how mobile friendly they made their website. Like, it is super mobile friendly. Their overall design, the website front end is like one of the best designs I've seen to this day, because it's super smooth and super mobile friendly. And I find it so funny that it's a Minecraft modding platform, and it has like one of the best UI designs I've seen. Just beautifully done. Beautifully done. How much are they charging for their servers now, actually? Starting it. Don't have to sign in. $10 for 32 gigs of storage, 2 shared CPUs at 4 gigs of RAM. That's not bad. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad at all. Don't mind me comparing it to there. I'm just curious the price difference because I've never actually seen. 4 gigabytes DDR5. How many backups did they say? They didn't actually say backups. Let me try this just so I can sign in real quick. Oh, they have OVH. Yeah, I knew they were on Epic CPUs. Not the payment method. So you're not even going to tell me their backups. Increase the storage on my server. Oh, no additional cost. Unlimited storage. Guaranteed 48 gigs. Guaranteed 72. Guaranteed 96. 12 port allocations. Honestly, I haven't actually measured the difference between a Ryzen 9 9950 versus the Epic CPUs. I want to say that the Ryzen 9 might be slightly better. I don't know off the top of my head though. 4 VIC cores. Ryzen 7900. Oh, the Ryzen 7900. Is that just I thought the Epic CPUs were separate. Unless they just haven't updated that. Yeah, the Epics are separate. Yeah, they must have just not updated that. Because I was going to say, this is like way more bang for your buck if you're on the 9950s versus the 7900s. Also, you can like configure them a lot more. Like, because I can like... Games. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I feel like... Oh, they could run 7950X. Modern to 7900 equivalent. Yeah. Personally, I would trust a Pyro server way more. I'm definitely not biased. But like, considering they have like, considering so much of their internals are custom written in Rust and open source, and I can actually like... Then again, I haven't looked at Modern's backend that much. I know they're both written in Rust. But I remember looking at Pyro stuff and just finding it a little more impressive, in my opinion. But that's just me. Have to say, one thing that gets me is that, like, if I got a 16 gig server from Pyro and I pay monthly, it's cheaper than Shockbyte, which Shockbyte is like one of the hardest to beat pricing wise, in my opinion. The only thing that gets it is Pyro doesn't bring down the price as if you pay semi-annually or annually, whereas Shockbyte does. So if you pay monthly, it's actually cheaper, at least from what I've seen. Also, it's like, you know, considering the power difference is pretty substantial. I actually don't know what Shockbyte runs on. I don't know if Shockbyte actually says what they run on. Shockbyte server hardware specs. This might be nowhere. They might not actually publish this. Oh, they do. Oh, they do. Oh, they got DDR5 too. Oh, okay. Okay, so they got epics too. But they got that 7950Xs as well. Okay, so it might not be that big of a difference. Also, Shockbite actually is running on a custom panel. I think it's entirely custom. I think so. Meanwhile, Pyro is still running on Pyrodactyl. That being said, I can't wait for Pyro's full control panel to drop. At least for the game servers. Because Pyrodactyls is cool, but I like the full rewrite they were working on looked incredible. They do also own the hardware too, which I don't know Shop Pyro's set up, but I'm pretty sure that they get like they have hardware partners where they don't. I don't think they fully own. Yeah, I think that's gonna come to the game servers. Game servers, they just wanted to launch fast, which is why it's still on Pyrodactyl, as far as I know. I honestly haven't been able to keep up with Pyro stuff as much as I used to, but. What was I gonna do with this? General art could actually stay the pen. Super novel should be the open book. Why did you open the second panel? What the heck are you doing? Can I actually add a link? First instinct is on-click window location href. Yeah, I actually finally started using Svelte in an actual project recently. That's gonna be like it's gonna be like a Tari app though. But I hadn't actually got the chance to use Svelte in a full-on project, so it's really fun. It's really fun. I think I'm fully on the Svelte trend at this point. So I'm like half of what Perny is. I'm not sure if I'm fully on the. I'm trying to attach a class. I'm trying to do an href. I don't know if this is actually going to work. I haven't worked with MDX in a while, so I don't know if there's constraints on links, but we'll see. I don't think there is. It should be fine. Ah, but it does do that. So, style, text decoration. No, I might have to do this manually. I could do that. Change it. That is cappuccino. Just dive under here. Because I need to see. Oh. It might actually be good to highlight it so they know that they can actually click on it. I'd like to reverse it. forget. Color. Let's go. I'm raw dogging this so hard. I ended up doing more React stuff. Yeah, I did React for a little bit. I think it's good. I think it's cool. I have a preference to Svelte. I probably should do more React, but I end up just being like, meh. Hold on. What? I'll be right back, actually. Okay. All right, I'm here. Text. I'm gonna borrow that. There we go. That was linkable. I appreciate that. Okay. This. Actually, see. Go here. Do that. Okay. Right, and the sidebar is affected here. This was always a little weird to me how you customize the sidebar in the Astro config. And then you get the roots over here. This is a little... Yeah, it's a little quirky, but it works. Template splash. What are the other options? Oh, yeah. Those are the only two options. Just make it link back to the main website. Under docs, does this need? I don't think this needs. Do that. Beginning of your journey. A very, very big journey, of course. That. There we go. Yeah, sidebar. Let's see here, actually. Sidebar navigation. Items. The question is, there we go. Look with me. I mean to delete the L. Okay. So now super novel. Character sheets. Let's do this. Keep it all the same. There we go. Just have to do this. Oh wait, I need to configure it. Actually, let's make a section on. Let's just make a section on Obsidian plugins. Let me go see their icon reference. They're a rock. That's it. Just rock. um. For a plugin icon. Steady JSON might work actually. So would it change the color? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Bow, bow, bow. Do that. Do that. Okay, so if we go back here. Don't think I really write docs on this yet, but just as a, just so we have a central point. Character sheets. Just a bunch of readmes. It just starts looking like a bunch of readmes. So maybe title things a bit differently. I mean, it's a tiny one, so we'll just keep it like that for now. This is where we'll need. Okay, so this is where we need to actually get more manual with it. So. Groups collapse to true. Just auto-generate it, and then label. Shorthand for internal links, we can do that too. Do that. That's subgroups, okay. Okay, so label. Is there contain more sidebar links and subgroups? Let me just try this. Data collection scheme. Oh, here we go. Items array, length string. Made by someone with the sole intention. What's the error? Label same plans. So it's expecting a length string. Right, but like, so we have a shorthand. Oh. Wait, so we could just... We could auto-generate within it. So let me see. Wait a minute. So on the sidebar, with the exception of items using slug, each item must have a label in one of the following properties. They try to log in, restart the panel, fixes it, which means I can't. Restart it. What? What the heck? Only on the first launch. That's weird, actually. Could it be just a slow startup? But well, if restarting it fixes it, that wouldn't make sense. That's weird, actually. It's 500. Hold on, let me turn on my fan. I just realized why I'm hot in here. My fan's on. Okay, now I'm no longer on fire. Yeah, I could see that. I honestly... That's such an oddity. We have 500 when you try to log in. Da, 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 da. And subgroups. Let's see. For his issue, go back to what they were saying just to see if there's anything. Let's see. Starlight folder. Let's just see. Oh. You could pass it one level deeper. That's actually funny. You can pass it one level deeper. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting that you can pass it one level deeper. Why is this not? No, because it just crashed. That would make sense. Okay. So you can just do that. That's cool. we just pass it like that. Okay. Doesn't recognize quick start? If this change fixes the bug. Is it one of those changes that like shit it looks like it should have nothing to do with it but somehow fixes it? Because those are my favorite ones. Docs. It's not actually rendering it. Director. Oh. Obsidian. Garrett. Okay, because it's not getting the file correctly. The wrong directory was Simlight. Oh. That's a weird one. Who did I get pinged from? Oh, no subdirectory. Oh. I finally started actually saving my dot files to Git. I've been procrastinating doing it for so long because I'd still run on WSL and I was just like, do I really need to save my dot files? And I realized how much I actually had added to my ZSH config. So I just did it finally. Gotta make sure my power level 10k config works well. I say power level 10k. I wanted to see what other themes they had. You just use default power level 10k? Like, lean style? Because I use like this classic style right here. I think I made it a bit more minimal than this, but I guess Swiss. Second one under lean. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm like second one under classic. I think I customized it a bit though, so it's like not the whole. Let me actually launch my terminal. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, because I got the arrows at the end instead. Do. Okay, let's just see. Really like that. Actually, all of these I think should be auto-collapsed. Let me see, because with this collapsed, true. I think yeah, we can just pass that. There we go. Let me see. MDX. We do a different card grid actually. What are the different card grids we can do? Oh, we can do it like that. Kind of like the stagger. Anyway, so. Next we go see. Go see. Journal. There we go. Oh, he has a fix. Air quotes. What horribly malicious workaround? Workaround. I can speak. Hey, if it works, it works. Should do a blog post on Super Novel too when I get more stuff done with that. It's in a pretty good condition right now. It just needs more guide stuff for it. Yeah, that's a little weird. Why? That is weird why it would be made by root. Wouldn't that be further down? Emoji. Rock. Hopefully I remember to change that when I actually, like, you know, hopefully release more. All right. So we've got that. Got the basis for that. So I can easily write out docs for the next projects, but I think that should be good for that for now. Because there wasn't really much to do. Now, I should probably actually change the README here. Because I forgot to change the README. Okay. was moved elsewhere. It's because I either felt it needed a more uniquely branded site, or because the project is large enough scale. It just makes more sense. Regardless of the same project I make has at least one README file on here. I will provide a link to that specific project. It's specific docs if it has them elsewhere. There we go. I don't remember if that's how you spell ingredients or not. Yeah, there's a second. There's another N at the end. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, I need the fab icon to change, probably. That might be a good idea. Okie dokie, so moving on from that, you do have this. I do need to get back to Supernovel. It's been a while since I've touched that. It's been a couple months actually. Because I will need to finish that up, because there's more stuff to do there. I need to see. So I was thinking, I'm doing this here real quick, because if we're gonna do, if I do any backend stuff for journal lore, oh, the Gophers. I kind of want to use Pocket Base. It's not 1.0 yet. Applying some manual migration steps from time to time. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather make it something simple like this. Yeah, it's basically self-hosted Firebase, except it runs on Go. Going into production. Because you can deploy this you could just deploy this as a Docker container. You find it. You can also put it under reverse proxy. Oh, it doesn't have an official Docker image. I thought it did. That's fine. Yeah, I used to think Superbase was cool because it was like it ran on Elixir and stuff. They've been kind of weird though, because like a lot of people have, because it's like it really is a lot closer to Firebase. I don't know a lot of people's issues with it exactly. It runs Postgres is the other thing. Pocketbase runs SQLite, so it's not exactly like the most scalable setup, but it's like Pocketbase. You could just drop this in as a basic backend. Superbase is like a full-on Postgres database with just a funny GUI. Honestly though, if I need to do an account system, I don't even know if it's worth using Pocketbase, because Pocketbase is really tiny, right? So I could just like drop this in, because I don't need much out of a backend. So I'm sitting here like, if I made a backend, I could probably just roll up my own if I needed to. But honestly, Pocketbase, I've been wanting to try Pocketbase. So if I do, I probably will end up doing Pocketbase. I'm not sure about the 1.0 thing. I mean, production critical. I'll at least mess with it and see. I don't know if there's any real alternatives. I don't know if there's like a Rust version. Rust Firebase. It's a Firebase library, but what I'd prefer is Firebase Rust alternative. Of course there is. Trailbase. Built on Rust, SQLite, and WebAssembly. Does it actually have... Oh, it actually has quite a few attention to it. Single executable Firebase alternative with type-safe REST and real-time APIs. Built to ES6, server-side rendering, auth, and admin UI with Rust, SQLite, and WebAssembly. And they have client packages for a bunch of these. Yeah, it really is like if you have a project that needs a backend. But honestly, it is a strange thing, because it's like it's a backend that is already pre-built basically, and you're just like giving it using functions to like tell it when to use what and where to use what. So if you're like mainly front end, like me for example, I do a lot of front end mainly. Honestly, it would be fun. I just have fun trying this out, but I could see like at a point it'd be like, why not just roll it myself? Oh, I know Astro when I see it. Admin dashboard. What was it? Admin at localhost password secret. No, it runs V8. Turn off dark mode. I mean, it's a cool front end. But yeah, really, I mean, this is just a fancy database GUI. Semi-executable. I mean, it's already a Atari app that I'd be connecting this to. Not like that matters that much, but... Ooh. Total time for... Wow, Superbase. I'm sure this is cherry picked, but what the heck? Trailbase, TypeScript, Trailbase starts, C# rest. Yeah, drizzle. Drizzle. TanStackDB uses Trailbase? That's cool. And I have seconds for 10,000 inserts. Oh, you're talking about up here. Lower is faster, yeah, no duh. It's not just 1.5 seconds. Well, Superbase is 151 seconds. Trailbase's Rust is 3.8 seconds. I mean, I know it's Rust. I'm sure this is super cherry picked, but if that's really Superbase's statistics, that's kind of wild. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Never show how fast something can go. Best shot. Insertion benchmarks. Drizzle with SQLite beats their TypeScript library. Honestly, 8.8 seconds from Drizzle on SQLite. I knew Drizzle was fast, but I actually didn't know the benchmarks on it. Utilization, okay. Trailbase is... what? Resident memory size. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Memory consumption. CPU core is, it drops. Is it like, it shoots up and then drops real fast? Like, is it, huh? Superbase memory usage. Dang. Okay, this, what is this? Latency. Pocket Base's latency on P50. Huh. Yeah, I'm slightly skeptical. Oh, Pocket Base uses Goja. Well, in any case, if I have to communicate with an account system, oh, I can roll it myself. I don't see a reason to use something like this when it's like a basic account system. Besides, like, I mean, the only I could even like auth-wise, I could just like I don't even need my own accounts. I can just make it like third-party sign-ons. And then it writes to a database. So we will look into that later. For now, we are going to focus FOB. Okay, let's open this. New window. Papa, papa. Is journaler still on my WSL? I should probably delete it from my WSL. And naturally, Rust is going to take a mile and a half. Because there's a million different packages it has to run. So give it a hot sec. Directory, not empty. No, it's a directory. What's the force part to this? Oh, come on. Fine. Their contents recursively. Thank you. Okay, so now this should be fine. This needs to be fixed immediately, but this changelog, yeah, this will load whenever they first boot up after an update. I do need to look into how updates actually work with this too, because I know it's in nullsoft. Windows installer. I'm not doing a .msi file. I'll just do Windows apps on Linux. 32-bit on R or ARM. SS configuration. No. All the hooks we need. This here. Installer hooks. Pre-install, this hook runs before copying files, setting registry key values and creating shortcuts. Yeah, I mean, so that probably is what we need. Using the work tool set, or set up exe files with them as MSI installer example. Why is this saying MSI installer example? Because I want to do the setup.exe system. It may not be present. Application requires. Well, I don't know if it actually needs that. I don't know if it needs. Well, I mean, if it's an executable, it might be. Depends if it's already used using registry keys via the where command. So it gets bundled. Okay. Install modes. Current user only. The installer does not require administrator privileges to installation to be available system-wide, which requires administrator privileges. No, I mean, I'd rather it be per user. Internationalization. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Only the custom URI schemes. Targets. So I want the targets to be. Cross compiling is not what we need. We need I don't want the MSI package, so we go see the tower config. Bun run build. Bundle active targets. Bundles all targets. Let me try it. Let me just see what the heck goes wrong. Just because I'm curious. I want to actually see the build process on things before we build. Production site. Oh, I don't want the production site. Would to build and bundle the avenue, you can use run Tari build. Do I have to do Tari build specifically? Run Tari build. Yeah, okay, that's to be Tari built specifically, because then we're running it with Rust as well. Yup, there we go. Listen to those CPU fans go. We are almost there, chat. Hopefully. Compiling journal itself. I might want to make the repo private for now too, because I'm gonna have to test some Git releases. Because they'll be released on Git, and I'll have to set a GitHub action for that. It's probably not a big deal if it's, you know, public if I do that, but we're almost there. Validating hash. Oh, it's extracting Wix. Oh, we are oh. Finished 2 bundles. It bundled both. Okay. So it bundled an MSI and a .exe. Target release. Bundle. Now, let me go see. It bundled both. Targets all. Requires the VB script optional feature. Okay, so that's enabled. Can only be created on Windows, which can only run on Windows systems. Cross compilation for NSIS. Somehow, I would rather compile an NSIS, so I'll probably switch the target just to that. Okay. Reveal in File Explorer. Let's run it, just see. Journal or setup. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, actually. 8.5 megabytes. I think we can make that happen. Create desktop shortcut. Okay, that's cool. Where's the desktop shortcut? Oh. Here's the desktop shortcut. Did it open twice just now? It opened twice just now. Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful how easy that is. That is freaking beautiful how easy that is. I appreciate that. Alright, let's go real quick. Local disk. So we need to get that. Not local low, I think it's just local. Uninstall the exe. And we can just uninstall it right there. Does it keep the folder? It doesn't. I am impressed. I am quite impressed. I am quite impressed with you, Tari. Tari, something like that. I am quite impressed with that. We are gonna do an NSIS bundle only and stick with that, I think. Just to make it easy. NSIS. Now, product name. I'm curious about how MSI would work too. Bundle. Go in File Explorer. Let's try this. Here. Cancel the wizard. That's cool. That's a D file. Okay. Okay. So let me know how that would work. That's super easy. I'm very happy with that. Someone can call. Something I do want to do is make it an Excel, make it go. I'll hide it. No, just make it go away. Yeah, because the changelog here will be fetched from GitHub. So go version. Environment version. Okay. Yeah, then we. Okay. Trying to think for this one here. Is that... Yeah, so what we can do is we'll make a prototype setup here. So we could. So page will just be the home page. We'll probably just have the actual journal itself. So, let's make user welcome go away temporarily just so we can test the journal itself. Web components. Actually, if we want folders in here to be like main components. New folder. Oh, we have journal components. So we'll have the journal itself, and then we'll have store, and stuff like that. Lib will need a utils folder. That some journal will make. Closed journal. Okay, so this div will want styles go down here in svelte. Yeah. So we'll need class journal. I have to think. I have to do is the overall page will just be a desk. Comment this out for now. Desk. Then we'd have closed journal. Okay. So closed journal I have. And closed journal could have its own config that says what it has. The desk. Well, the desk will have to be something. Desk.svelte. Desk. Does this use slot too? Components can have child content the same way that elements can. Okay. Okay, so it works exactly the same. Style. Dot desk. Background color. Brown. Just for testing. And then background color red. Again, just for testing. But now we'll do desk. Close journal. Cannot find name desk. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me get above here. I have that, so we'll do there we go. Probably have to compile it each time, so we'll just do dev actually. Huh? No. Hey, yo, that's a number, alright. Let's make that more prominently brown. Yeah. Let me see. That's the desk. Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, we'll need a grid. So probably want to do this in a grid. But for now, what we can do is, yeah, we'll do this in a grid, but for now, we'll just have the closed journal just like have a lot of margin around it. Version. There we go. Put the viewport. Oh, calc. That's cool. Do that. Oh, you know what caused it? We're being left in suspense. There we go. Why? Every day a new log file is made, so you can't. Oh. It's still kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Seven, 7, 7. The only good number. Why do I have extra viewport on this side? Viewport is not equal to body. Yeah, so it needs to fit the body with some border around. Oh, this song right now? Volley Bear the Relentless Storm. Oh, it's a League of Legends song. I did not know they had League of Legends songs on here, actually. View all tracks. Where are we at? Oh, this is all League of Legends here. Oh, I'm gonna have to save this too. I didn't know Chill Hop did something with League of Legends. That's really cool, actually. Let's see. So we want it to fit the body. Max width. Oh, it's a lo-fi remix. Okay, that's cool. In body box. Max width 100%. So if I do... If I do it 100%... me see. Topper. And main body box. $1,024 and $1,280. Max width 100%. Overflex, scroll. Scrollability. Well, overflow X, I don't know if that's what I want. I mean, we can try it, but... Next, it's max width. This. So what's surrounding this? Over here. Right, so the body. The body needs to grow the big. There we go. Or main. Well, we have main, so. Well, main fits in that. Body has the margin, main fits in that. But body needs to grow. Body. Body. Height 100%. There we go. Well, it should be. Or not. Okay. Make body fit the viewport. HTML element. Okay, yeah. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm treating it like it's class, like an idiot. Overflow X needs to be gotten rid of. Body, Okay, 100%. So now, div, contents, main needs to grow. Okay, so now main grows. Oh. Main grows a little too big. So we go. So over here, this should be. Where's the scroll bar? Overflow hidden. So clearly we need to apply it to. There we go. Now if I apply it to here. Now the desk. 100%. Make it grow. So it's gonna need to. How does log to 100? I need to double the margin on the bottom. I'd like it to just fit in the box. That'd be great. Let me see, because body needs. Don't do overflow hidden. Goes all the way down there. We need them to be. Let me see. Because this... Let me see. The math doesn't check out because this is supposed to be... Oh, is it because this is 100%, not 100% view height? It's like growing out of it. Is that... No... Body should be the one with the padding. Right, so that's even now, I think. Yeah, it looks even. Requiring scroll. HTML overload hidden. Body overflow auto. Overflow auto. This just means you can't go down all the way. Maybe send it over here. So now it should all fit. Then that's why. Okay, why? Okay, so HTML. Going all the way down. It's just that's Let me build it and just see if it looks the same. I imagine it'll be the same, but I'm just curious. Same exact issue. Okay. Let me turn on overflow. Turn that down here. That will not do it. Okay. Overflows over scroll behavior Y. Yeah, the problem is overflow none. Then the scroll goes away. So if I do overflow, I think I can do hidden. I'll try hidden and see what that does. Yeah, because what I need is, I think what I need is a flex container here, because I think this is gonna have to be flex. That has to fit inside. Min height 0. Specifies whether to clip the content. The flex images. Oh. Let me see. Okay, I will be right back. I need to check on something. Ah, okay. Goodness gracious. Put here an article. Well, there you go. This entire conversation has made me want to avoid PHP even more. I'm glad I had that notification on my my other screen. No, I will touch plenty of programming languages purely from curiosity. PHP is not one of them. I cannot get on that bandwagon for the life of me. Okay. So what we need to do is let's first look at the problem. Okay. Oh, 68. Where'd my scroll bar go? That. Forgot we have these tools. Actually, what? Wait a minute. Did I kill the dev server and never bring it back? I killed the dev server and forgot to bring it back. And that's why it's been... Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, now we have to deal with that. Overflow. Go. Bodies within that. Actually, I think it's okay. I think it's okay if the desk takes up all the space. Now, let's say something. If we want to simulate this on a phone, on an iPhone 12. Okay, yeah, so this is gonna have to change. Okay, so if I want mobile device support, I'm gonna have to tweak a lot of this too. But I think the desk should just grow to the entire size. I think we should, which is sad because I spent so long trying to fix that. But where is that coming from? Okay, body. Body is margin we need to get rid of. Okay, so we have our journal there. Okay. Our journal should probably be bigger too. Yes. Rem, but first we get the difference. Rem versus EM. Relative to the font size. Relative to the font size of the root element. There we go. Now, that. Nope. Not what we wanted. Alright, so now we have it growing to the limit. Now let's do this. So we can do, because we want the desk to be a grid. Template columns. We'll do, yeah. We have like 5 columns for 3 rows. template, rows, and then columns. 3, 5. Okay, so we have, so desk will need, well, we know desk will have closed journal, so really we can just do closed journal. Okay. So that means main to contain decor box. Then decor. Then style, do dot decor. Compso, my favorite Docker command. This is not recommended, but we're just gonna do this temporarily. So you got 3 rows, 5 columns. That's 15. So we could literally just do this. In the middle of that, yeah. Okay. Why are the zeros like that? Grid, template, columns, auto, auto, auto. Does that do it? So the divs within the containers get it. Okay. Why is it spread out that much? We go down here. Text align center. make that blue. Class on desk. Just temporarily. Then we move this to on desk. Display flex. Flex one. What does that do? Oh. The heck? Oh, okay, well, we need this. Have to wait 30 minutes for GitHub action to see if the fix actually works. Oh my gosh. So, on desk. What is it? I guess with the. Oh, well, that did it. If we do this, because we want the grid to grow. CSS grid fit entire parent. What do we use it? This is using flex, but I want it to fit in the grid specifically. The wrapper around. Height 90. And then closed journal has box. How did they make it? It didn't actually take 30 minutes. Yay! Elements all have equal sizing in entire parent. Distribution of available space. I haven't actually used modifier before, so let's see. Distribute space, one fraction of that space. Equal columns. Oh, that's the problem, the closed journal, because the closed journal is affecting everything. Props, felt components. We need to accept prop. Let's just accept prop. Destructure. Yeah, so we just destructure them. Hashtag if contains equals journal equals if it equals 1. Hashtag else actually forget the tag. Let's go see the tag system stuff. Oh, else needs to have this. There we go. So now it should be contains J, so we know it contains the journal. Can we make them optional? One, if it's 0. Okay. Yeah, so it's type safe, so we'll do So that should... Now what we do is... take away that. Take away this. Make this a decor box with contains 1. Oh. Okay, hold on. Type safety. Any types is recommended. Okay. Interface props. Do this. We'll do interface props contains string. Let's make that a string so it stops yelling at us. What? Line TS. Oh yeah. Line TS. Okay. We don't need the type safety here, it doesn't look like. It looks like that breaks it where it needs to be. Okay. Okay, let's just... let's do that. Okay, so if we want to split this up, I think we might be trying to split this up a little too much. Like, realistically, are we gonna have... No, okay, so we need to do 3 by 3. Realistically, we need to do 3 by 3. Do MDM reference. To represents a repeated fragment. Same amount, 5 boxes, repeat 2. What's min max? Yeah, so the amount needs to go down. Okay. So that should be good. Yep. Okay. This makes more sense. I think it means that there's less clutter. You can theme it differently and stuff like that. Now, is this... I think it's all the same. Yeah. Height. 100. What would it probably just do? Width. 100%. Height. 80%. This might be iffy. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be very iffy. So what we need is... Nope, way too big. Huh? Did I do it backwards? Yes, I did. Okay, so we'll do this. Origin. Auto. That should be good. That should be good, yeah. So now we know where it's supposed to go. Okay. So now we know all the spots, and this should generally be a good layout, I think. Because then we can have like you could do a ton of different decorations here, and I feel like this would mean you don't have to worry about clutter as much. The one thing would be how tiny the book looks, which is slightly annoying. So I think size-wise, we might have to do something different. Because think about it. If I had like a keyboard and a computer next to it, we would want this to be bigger. So logically, also, some of the decorations would not be all the same size. Some would be really small, some would be really big, you know? So I think... yeah, it's gonna have to be something like that. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I think we will have to make this grow bigger. So in the center, it's not distributed the same. So height we'll have to do. We'll try this 150, 80. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to change it out. And see if we can make it so the center one specifically grow bigger. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a basis for it working, and I'm pretty happy with that. Because now we have a idea of what the layout will be and stuff like that, and now we can build it and stuff like that. So let me go make sure this is committed. Installer and base desk layout. We'll change layout later. This is just for a general idea. As I'll have to see how it grows too with like when I change the size of the window. Because that will also be a big factor. But anyway, that is going to be that. So let's find out if we can raid somebody. Do that. Let me see. Okay, Irish John's online. All right, let's go check out Irish John. All right, hopefully he's got raids turned on, but we'll see. All right, it's been real, guys. Hopefully we'll pick this up again sometime soon because I really want to, keep going. Really like Journal Lore, can't where it's going, the whole thing. Anyway, all right, let's go in. All right. Here we go. Alright, chat. See, it's a 2 Irish John with 1 viewer at least.